After searching Vault 15, we made our way to Junktown to see if we could find a lead on a water chip. However, on our way to Junktown, we were ambushed by some rad scorpions. I quickly dispatched one by firing a burst into its carapace. Ian and I then fired a few shots at the other, eventually killing it. After the brief scuffle, we continued towards Junktown. When we made it to Junktown, a guard immediately spoke to us.
You better put that away. Junktown is a friendly place, friend, and we want to keep it that way.
Sounds fair. By the way, what is the local law regarding weapons?
Good you asked. No weapons can be drawn except in self-defense. If you start a fight, it's your fault. Other than that, it's your right to go around armed. Just don't pull a knife or gun without a cause. Have a good day.
I wasn't in the mood to test the guard, so I put my submachine gun and my knife away, then continued into Junktown. But as I tried to enter, I was stopped by the gate guard again.
I'm sorry, the gates are closed for the night. Come back in the morning.
No problem. See you in the morning. For the next few hours, I cleaned my weapons and tinkered with my Pip-Boy. When morning came about, I walked into Junktown, and when I started to look around, I went to a building that looked like a hospital, and went down a manhole in the back right corner.
Hey you, what are you down here for?
To see how you're doing.
Okay.
So, what are you doing?
Body parts, almost ready to go to the hub.
What the hell? For what?
For Bob to sell. To eat? Why do you ask what we use them for?
No reason. Goodbye. After the strange conversation with a rather short man, I made my way further into Junktown. As I continued into what looked like the middle part of Junktown, I came across a place called Killian's and waited an hour or so until it opened. When the store opened, I made my way in and talked with the owner, a man named Killian.
Can I help you?
Who are you?
The name's Killian Darkwater. I'm the mayor of this fine town. And who might you be?
My name is Max Stone. I come from up north.
Not much up that way except desert and shady sands. You from there?
No, my, village is a little west in the mountains.
Yeah, if you say so. So, what do you need?
How about you tell me a bit about this town?
Well, Junktown's not much, but it's home. Mostly we trade with people or let them forget their troubles for a bit. Of course, we have our share of problems.
Problems?
From outside, we've had the occasional to-do with the cons, but they've been pretty quiet lately. Inside, trouble's been from the skulls, and I hear some strange things happening down by the hub, but they haven't affected us yet. Knock on my mother-in-law's head.
Do you own this store?
You bet. May not be as big as some in the hub, but people usually find what they're looking for. Take a look around.
Suddenly, a man in a red shirt barged into the store, said Gizmo sends his regards, and opened fire on Killian, missing him and grazing my shoulder instead. Killian and I then both took a shot at the assassin and hit him in the shoulder and the arm respectively. Then the guard on the far right side of the room shot the assassin in the neck, killing him.
Listen, thanks for saving my life. It's a mighty brave thing to do. Now, it looks like we've got ourselves a situation here. I know Gizmo's behind this, but I need proof. You interested in helping?
I'm in.
Now, if I get proof, the people of Junktown will kick him out. The way I figure it, you need to either plant a bug at his place or wear a wire and get him to confess to you. Can you handle that?
What do I get in return?
I'll tell you what, anything in the store, even the most expensive, it's yours. No charge. If it's a gun, I'll give you all the ammo you can carry. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I'll do it.
I owe you. Here's the bug and the wiretap. You let me know when it's done. And good luck.
I hadn't slept for a day or so at this point of the journey, so Ian and I headed over to the Crash House Inn to rest for the day.
Welcome to the crash house. How can I help you, honey?
I need a good night's sleep.
I don't know about that, but I will rent a room, honey. It's a good place to rest and heal up. $25 for a day. A week is $150. Most people go for the weekly rate. You should if you ask me.
Just one night. The innkeeper led me to my room, and I slept until the next morning.
Oh my god, thank god you're here, honey. Some guy has Cynthia held hostage. He's threatening to kill her. You gotta help.
I'll check it out. I walked over to the adjacent room and opened the door.
That's it. Stop right there. Don't come any closer. Arthur, I swear.
There's no need for violence. Let's talk about this.
What world do you live in? Out here in the real world, blood flows, man. Blood flows. And it's gonna spill over this room if you don't get out of here.
We can talk this over. What can I do to help?
Jeez, that's funny. Who says I want help?
You do. By holding this woman hostage, you're asking for help. And I can help.
I gotta think about this. Give me a moment. Stay back. I don't want to hurt her, but I will.
Why do you want to hurt her?
She laughed at me. They all laughed at me. I'll make him pay. I swear.
I trust you. Let's work through this, okay?
You sound like an alright kind of guy. No one ever wanted to help me before. I think we can talk some more. Alright, so where do we go from here?
You tell me, you're in charge.
I want some money, and I want to get out of here peacefully. No one, and I mean no one, follows me.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I want $100, then we walk out of here. No one follows me, and I'll let it go when we get to the edge of town.
Here's your money. After the raider left, Cynthia walked up to me.
Thank you for what you did. No one ever took care of me like that before.
You're welcome.
I mean, my boss didn't even send some of his goons to help. You think for all the cash I make for that loser, you could at least live up to his end of the bargain.
Who's your boss?
Gizmo, of course. He runs all of the sin in this town. Killian sure as hell wouldn't put up with me or my kind. If it wasn't for the fact that I make Giz a whole hell of a lot of money, I'd have to do other things to him. And honey, those thoughts just don't do my stomach a whole lot of good.
You should just hang it up and move on with your life.
You're telling me, but what else can I do? It seems like my life has been designed by someone else. Oh well, a girl has to make a living.
I was awake now, so I decided to go find Gizmo. As I entered another part of Junktown, I saw a neon sign that said Gizmos and walked into the casino. As I walked into the back room, an obese man started to talk to me.
What do you want? I'm a busy man.
I'm here to talk about the attempt on Killian's life.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, let's take a hypothetical situation.
Such as?
Let's say you did try to kill Killian, and your assassin failed. That means you need a new one to do the job right.
And let me guess, you're that someone?
Very good. For a price, of course.
Well, how can I trust you?
I'm here, and you need someone from out of town to do your dirty work, right?
All right, we can do this. But you work for me. You better know that nobody ever double-crosses Gizmo and lives to talk about it. You got me?
Of course. But first I need to know why you want him dead.
That's easy. I want him dead because he cramps my business. So, what are you doing for me?
That's why I'm here. He'll be dead before sundown.
Good. Return with the dog tags he wears around his neck as proof. And we never had this conversation. You don't mention this to anyone. No one double-crosses me. No one.
With Gizmo's confession, I headed back to Killian to give him the evidence.
So, did you get the evidence?
I sure did.
Which? Bug or tape?
The confession.
Let's hear it. That's the first time I've been happy to hear his voice. Thanks, friend. Now, time for you and me to take care of the other business.
I'll take all the stim packs you can spare.
Pal, thanks again. Well, listen, I'm gonna take the guards and run Gizmo and his cronies out of town. I could use another gun. You up for it? Might be good for a laugh.
Sure. It'll be worth it just to see him try to walk more than 10 feet.
Go to Lars at the guard station. He'll fill you in. And listen, this town owes you a lot.
I took the stim packs from Killian and made my way to Lars at the front gate.
You ready to take down Gizmo?
You bet. Let's nail this tub.
Alright, let's do it.
A bunch of the guards, Ian, and myself accompanied Killian to Gizmo's to take him down. As we entered Gizmo's room, the little rat opened fire at us. The only other person in the room that was on Gizmo's side was his main rat of a henchman, Izzo, who strangely appeared to not have a gun. The firefight lasted for a few minutes. I fired a round from my rifle and hit Gizmo in the head, leaving him all but dead as he gasped for air. Ian and Killian pinned Izzo in a corner and finished him off. After the firefight, Lars took Ian and I back to the front gate, thanked us for helping, and gave us 500 caps. We then made our way back to Gizmo's to loot the area in which the firefight happened. There we found a couple hundred caps, some ammo, and a 9mm Mauser. After looting anything worth taking, Ian and I took a minute to collect our thoughts. It was then that a dog walked up to me and wouldn't go away. We then headed over to the scum pit to see if there would be anything of interest there. When we walked into the scum pit, we went to the bar and had a chat with the bartender. When suddenly a man pushed over the waitress. The bartender immediately pulled out a sawed-off shotgun and blasted a large palm-sized hole into the man. The now dead man's compatriot ran out of the bar screaming that he'll be back. We then walked over to a man wearing a duster, drinking alone at a table.
Another new face. Travelers here are a dime a dozen. But you have the look of someone different. Care to join me for a drink?
Sure.
Delightful. I hope you don't mind your drink well watered. They treat beer here like it's a potted plant.
So what's your story?
I could ask the same of you. In the interest of amity, I suppose I'll tell first. I'm called Daicho. Came from out east, what used to be called Nevada.
How did you survive all the dangers?
Had some pretty good training, and some good weapons too. My grandfather was the ranger way back when, and he taught my father everything he knew. Dad passed it on to me, so I know enough not to drink glowing water, so to speak.
Really? Survival's tough these days. You must be pretty knowledgeable then.
Yeah, well, my family taught me everything there is to know about survival. Don't drink water, it's totally clear, and free of insects and moss, for instance. Only poisonous or radioactive water could be that clean in the wilderness. Lots of other things to look out for too.
Like what?
Well, if you got some time, I could go over some pointers.
Sure, that'd be great.
I hope my little instruction course helped a bit.
Thank you, it did.
Whoa, not so fast. We never finished introductions, remember? What's your name, stranger?
I'm Max Stone.
Good to meet you. How can I help you?
Killian's asked me to clean up this town, and I'd like your help.
Well, it's about time. Lead on, my friend. and let's do some street sweeping.
The only part of Junktown that needed to be cleaned up was the Skulls gang. Remembering that the Skulls had a run-in with the bartender, we took the urn on the bar and went to the Skulls leader. When I entered the room, I pulled the urn out of my backpack.
You got it?
Yup.
Let that old cock suffer until we off him tonight. You win?
I've got some other shit I need to do before then. I'll meet you there.
All right. Meet us there later, but don't take too long.
Made our way back to Lars to inform him what was going to happen.
Good day, traveler. You need something?
The Skulls are planning on killing Neil. We have to do something.
What? We'll see about that. I'll send some men over to ambush them when they try it. You gonna be there?
Hell yeah. As the guards and I enter the bar, one of the guards yells,
You're under arrest! Hey, fuck you, corp!
As Vinny and Neil traded blows, the rest of us fired at the other Skulls gang members. After a few minutes, the dust settled, and all the Skulls gang members laid on the ground dead. After the fight, I felt guilty, and I had to give the urn back to Neil.
Welcome to the scum pit. What can I do you for?
I've got your urn back for you. Damn, thank you. You don't know what this means to me. You'll never pay for a drink in this bar again. Thanks, Neil. With Junktown finally cleaned up, 2 new companions in my party, and 129 days left, we now move towards the hub in hopes of finding a lead on a water chip there.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to know when I'm live.